The Carolinas
to your corner of the world.
We're spinning the dials on DX Central Live.
Now here's your host, Lloyd Van Horn.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to DX Central Live here on YouTube. Got the camera right over here. What's going on, guys? Lloyd Van Horn here with you this evening, getting ready for this kind of last minute DX test. So it was announced earlier today, 14:30 WION up in Ionia, Michigan. So we're going to see if we can tune them in tonight. We got some thunderstorms around the area here tonight here in Charleston. So if you see me looking in this direction where I am right now, I'm keeping an eye on the weather. So we've had some rumbles of thunder. I just came in from swapping out the termination box and the amplifier, Wellbrook amplifier box on my north-south CAS so that I could put the amplifier back on the north end and the termination on the south end. So we have a shot at getting into Michigan. It's 350 degrees is up into Michigan for me. And then we still have the northeast-southwest wire, west-southwest wire, so hopefully we can get a little bit of this DX test on the west wire, maybe use some phasing or something like that to try to really enhance it or pull it in or whatever we need to do. So, but this thunder doesn't stop creeping around, which is why we're a few minutes late here. We were going to start right at 0300 UTC, but we had some thunder in the area we had to be cautious of, but that's all dead and gone. Well, not really dead and gone. It's past us for the moment. But there's still some around the area. But let's go ahead and get this going now with our live AMDX session. And we're going to go up here and turn the Jaguar Pro software and the Perseus on. And let's see if we can hear WION 1430. So we've got two radios tonight. We've got the Perseus with the CASs, and then we also have our ELAD FDM S3 over here with the W6 LVP loop pointed right at Ionia. Let's tighten that filter down. Okay, so we've got one. The ELAD has got one thing, and the Perseus has something else with the CASs. Let's see what we have here again. So here's the rub on this DX test. This first hour, they're going to be alternating between daytime and nighttime power. Let me see if I can get the details pulled up here from our good friend Les Rayburn. 1 second. All right, so let me read the between. It will be alternating between nighttime power of 330 watts and the daytime power level of 4.7 kilowatts, starting around 11 p.m. Eastern. And midnight, this starts around 0300 to 0400 UTC. So this first hour, they're going back and forth between 330 watts and 4.7 kilowatts. The whole time, they're going to be using their nighttime antenna pattern. So the entire time they're using whatever they have for their nighttime pattern. Between 0400 and I would say probably 0500 UTC, so midnight and 1 o'clock Eastern time, they're going to be completely on their daytime power, the 4.7 kilowatts. So daytime power levels will occur during the experimental period. So after midnight, 0400 UTC. Probably going to be transmitting usual mix of music, but there will be some sweep tones designed to measure the transmitter performance and voice identifications. So not sure if we're going to have any Morse code. Doesn't sound like we're going to have any Morse code. We're listening for some sweep tones, maybe some voice ID, stuff like that. Especially in this first hour, it's going to be kind of tough from here in Charleston, South Carolina to pull them out. But they have a mix of kind of oldies, classic rock, maybe some sweep tones. So between the lightning crashes we have here, let's see what we can grab. It's going to be kind of, I'm just going to go ahead and say this right now. YouTube is going to flag this whole broadcast here for copyright because I'm not going to shut it off when there's stuff we're trying to hear here. All right, so far nothing. Let's go to the northern cast. This is the southwest. Here's north. So we just heard an ID at 105.5 FM, The King. It's WYKG in Covington, Georgia. I don't know if I have them or not. Yep, I got it. Charles Williams says right now WION was playing Cool to Be Kind. I'm assuming that's what you were saying, Charles. If not, let me know. So let me mention that we are doing the chat here on this YouTube live stream session. So let us know. Grab your DX radio, your SDR, whatever you're using. Tune in along with us. We're on 1430 kilohertz. And let us know, are you hearing the DX test? If not, what are you hearing? What are you hearing there on 1430? Let us know in the chat. We're communicating with you guys through the chat. So be sure to do that. Here, let's go back to the stage, to the frequency. That was big lightning. We got a big secondary thunder. I'm thinking most of us off the coast to our south. Let's see. So Charles was actually streaming WION to get their content from their live stream online. I'll see if I can pull that up and put it here in the chat. So Les Rayburn, our CPC, Chairman here, a bit of clarification. So the daytime power usage for WION will not happen until after midnight. So they're not going to do anything with their daytime. It'll just be their nighttime power from now until midnight, and then midnight they're going to crank it up to 4.7K. So thank you, Les, for the clarification on that one. We're still going to see if we can hear them. You know, right? If we hear them at 330 watts, that's pretty impressive. And I just put the link to their website where their live stream is in the chat window as well. So if you think you might be hearing them and you want to do a comparison, there's your stream to compare against. So I'm going to show you here the radar. It's kind of what I'm working with. You see this big red down here? That's to my south. That's where most of that lightning is coming from. Charleston is where you see kind of those three rivers kind of dumping out right there. That's Charleston. Kind of gross. All right, that's the Northern Cas on the Perseus. Let's see what we're hearing over here on the ELAD FDM S3, if we have anything coming through that way. So we've got WYKG King, 105.5, 1430 King in Covington, Georgia. Pretty loud on both. I would say maybe all right, let me see what we got back on the Jaguar with Perseus. I guess Perseus with Jaguar is probably the better way of saying that, isn't it? They're definitely louder on the Cas. All right, so I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to put a pause on the live stream for right now. We've got a cell coming through right now, and I was just seeing some pretty bright lightning out here. So we're going to put a pause on this for a few minutes because we're not getting their nighttime power anyway right now, right, till after midnight. So we're going to check back in. Let's see if we can get this cell to pass through right now. Hopefully it'll be back through here at about 45 after. So we're going to rain delay this live stream for just a bit. I'm going to leave the live stream standby up, so I'm not going to take the stream down, but I'm going to pause our side so I can unplug my antennas here. So we'll reconvene here in 45. The stream's staying up, so we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, my friends.
DX Central, because we're all about radio.
Hey guys, Lloyd here, DX Central, DXC Live. We're here tonight for the 1430 WION DX test up in Ionia, Michigan. Right now, the DX side of that for me is on pause here in Charleston, South Carolina. We've got some pretty moderate storms coming through. We have some close lightning strikes here the last 15, 20 minutes or so. So we have the antennas unplugged. We're standing by. It actually isn't a terrible thing right now. So with the recap, 1430 WION in Ionia, Michigan is doing a DX test now until we're assuming about 1 o'clock in the morning Eastern time or about 500 UTC. They started right around 0300 UTC, right around 11 o'clock Eastern time. And they're broadcasting on their nighttime power, 330 watts or so. At midnight Eastern time, so right around 400 UTC, they're going to kick in their 4.7 kilowatt signal, their daytime signal on their nighttime pattern, but their daytime kind of full signal power. And they're going to continue to do some DX tests. Now, I don't think this is going to be kind of a typical DX test like we're used to from the CPC. I think they're going to have some sweep tones they're going to be using to calibrate and kind of do some maintenance on their transmitters, but they're going to be doing music, they're going to be doing voice IDs, stuff like they normally do in their normal programming, but just at a enhanced amount of power. So there'll be some sweep tones, I'm assuming, that we're going to hear is what I'm understanding. So we'll be listening for sweep tones. So that is about 17 minutes from now or so. Is when they're going to be kicking on after we get into the experimental time of the night. They're going to be kicking in their daytime power and trying out. Pardon me 1 second. Turning off my transceiver. Kicking in their daytime power and doing some of their sweep tones and stuff like that. So, so far it's been kind of a rough go. The only thing we've heard here before we had to pull the antennas out was WKYG in Covington, Georgia. 105.5, 102.1, The King, with some urban contemporary and kind of R&B type music. So right now we've got everything shut down here in the shack as far as the DX side goes. I have over here in the live chat, I put up their live stream website, or their website address where it has their live stream. Just did it again. So you can go there and check to see what they're broadcasting. If you can't hear it through my stream, not a problem. We have the live stream for the station, their website, in the live chat as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to pull back from now another maybe 10 minutes, let this sell. I think we're on the back side of it, but we're still seeing some lightning here. So I'm hoping we're on the back side of it. Give this one a chance to kind of push out to see and leave us be. We'll still have some lightning crashes on the SDR here once we get up and running, so nothing we can really do about that part, unfortunately. It is that time of the year, so be ready for that. But we're going to give it a fair shot. What we have going tonight, we have our 350-degree northern CAS. We went out. There's another big lightning strike. And there's the thunder. So you can see it's pretty close. So there's a lot of lightning, actually. And there's some more thunder. We have the 350-degree CAS. Went out this evening in the rain, mind you. Got pretty wet. It was fun. And swapped out our Wellbrook amplifier, which was in the southern configuration. So we were listening to Latin America. Unplugged that. Rerouted it back up to the other side, the northern end of the CAS, and then brought the termination resistor back to the other side, the southern side. So we've swapped the sides now to give us hopefully some good reception into the northern side at around 350 degrees, which gets us into Michigan, by the way, from Charleston here. And then we also have our southwest CAS still in that orientation. It's kind of west. It's 250 degrees, so it's kind of west-southwest. So that would give us a little bit of that component. So because Michigan is to my west in the general sense of speaking, maybe a little bit might creep into there. And if I can hear a little bit in both of those antennas, maybe I can use my phaser to really kind of hone in on them a little bit. We also have the ELAD FDM S3 tonight. We have our W6 LVP loop kind of pointed right at Ionia just a bit. So we'll also have that on our second screen when we pull that over, so you'll be able to see that as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break again. We're going to come back here. So we're going to leave the stream running here so that you guys don't have to worry about refinding it or anything. Same link, everything's going to work as long as we don't lose internet or power, which we don't tend to around here very much, thankfully. So we're going to leave the live stream up and running, give you some more of that cool bumper music. And then we'll make a couple of tweaks over here and then wait for this cell to finish passing on through. It looks like the back side of this is about maybe 10 miles from here, about 5-10 miles, and it's moving pretty good clip. So I would say we're probably going to see the end of this one by the top of the hour. So that will coincide well with what they're going to be doing. So stay right here. We're in a rain delay, as they say on sports and stuff, baseball and NASCAR and whatnot. We're going to keep it right here on the stream, and we'll come back in a bit and gear up for this 1430 WION and DX test in Ionia, Michigan. Stand by.
DX Central, because we're all about radio.
So DX Central Live, DXC Live here for the 1430 WION DX test out of Ionia, Michigan. Lloyd here with you in the DX Central Studios / Radio Shack. And we are waiting for some storms to pass. We had gone about, almost 10 minutes without seeing any lightning. And right as I was getting ready to walk in here in the studio / shack, all hell broke loose. It was big old lightning flashes, thunder, very short amount of time afterwards. So our 10-minute clock is reset. And so we're giving this a few more moments here. And again, this is really, we're not missing much right now from a DX test perspective, because WION up in Michigan right now is only operating on their nighttime power, which is about 330 watts. They're supposed to be moving over to their daytime power of 4.7 kilowatts here at midnight-ish. So in the next few minutes, they should be switching up. So I'm going to give this a few more minutes. We're going to see if we can get this lightning out of here, reconnect everything on the antenna panel, on the window panel, and we'll be back to operational here. And we have the two radios. We have the Perseus with Jaguar Pro and the two CASs. We have a 350-degree CAS and a 250-degree CAS. So basically westish, southwestish, and northish. And we have the ELAD FDMS3 with the W6 LVP loop pointed kind of northwestish up there towards Michigan. So give it a few more minutes, and we're going to leave the stream up and running again and see what we can do about getting these storms out. I'm going to put a 10-minute clock on this one and see. So we'll put the countdown clock up and see if that's adequate amount of time for these to pass by. There's one little bump of a line on this line left to pass over the house here, and then once this is gone, I think we're in the clear. So let's give it a 10-minute countdown. We'll be right back.
From the coast of the Carolinas
To your corner of the world.
we're spinning the dials on DX Central Live.
Now here's your host, Lloyd Van Horn.
All right, welcome back to hour number 2. And the tip number 2 at the same time. DXC Live here on Saturday evening. Now Sunday morning, I guess, on the East Coast. It's 0411 UTC now. And we're about 11 minutes into this second half of the WION DX test. We're going to get right to it here. I'm not wasting any more time. So let's go to the Jaguar right now and see if we can get anything from WION. Now that the storms have passed, let's see what we got. Don't forget, you can chat with us on the chat here on YouTube. Let us know what you're hearing. If you have any questions or stuff you're hearing, let us know. I'm also keeping an eye. Is that them? Anybody got ears on their live stream right now? See if that's them. No, looks like they were playing Tiffany right now. I think we're alone now is what they're playing right now, it says. Their on-air stream sounds very rough. Yeah, it looks really rough. So we're also keeping an eye over here on the ELAD FDMS3 to see if we see any sweeps, see if we see any Morse code or anything here at about 1429, 1430. anything like that. So I'll keep an eye on that. If I see anything over there, I will swap it over, let you guys know. Be sure to let us know if you're hearing anything out of WION. This is the Southwest Cas, Southwest Cas. Here's the Southern. So if this station running kind of classic rockish music is not them, who could it be? Bet you that's who it is. UKEX Blacksburg. I seem to have a pipeline in Blacksburg, Virginia from here. They are ESPN now. We're just going to have to wait for an ID, aren't we? Do this the old-fashioned way. I say old-fashioned as I'm sitting here with an SDR. Let's see if this one is being heard over on the ELAD. So let's switch over to that one. I remember earlier all we had was the BKYG in Covington, Georgia, which was urban contemporary R&B. Let's go back to the Jaguar. Yeah, they're much stronger than North Wire. This is the full 22 feet high by 70 foot long CAS. First time I've used it in this build, this dimension, in the northern configuration. So you guys are seeing it for the first time in this configuration. If they were on. Sorry about that. Didn't hit the cough button in time. If they were on a second ago, they were playing The Greatest American Hero. Which always makes me think of Seinfeld. Right now they're playing the Beach Boys, or they would be. Yeah, I don't think they're on air. I think they pulled their signal at the moment. So is this that K-pop sounding song? Is that CHKT in Ontario? This is who I want to find out who this is right here. Please ID.
It's your basic jam of physical information superhighway. You see, the aggregate database of your mainframe is the problem here, and your modules source code.
All right, he's got it, 101.5. I know somebody's got to have that right off the bat while I'm doing my searching here. He's going to pull our copy of the National Radio Club's NRC AM log. Yeah, Supertramp's who I'm hearing. That Supertramp station, ID'd with a 101.5. And then it kind of faded out. Are you hearing the Supertramp, Sid Barrett? All right, we're going to do a little sneaky sneak. I'm rewinding. That's one of the great things about Jaguar Pro is always recording 8 minutes. And then when those 8 minutes are up, it overwrites that with a new 8 minutes, and it overwrites that. So if you have something like what we've had here, where something occurred and I want to go back and say, what did they say again? I can hit record, it keeps that 8 minutes, and now it's recording a new 8 minutes on the hard drive in addition to keeping that original. So now I can rewind. It's like having a DVR for your AMDX, and as long as you catch it before it gets over here to the very end of this 8-minute segment and hit record before it does that, you get to keep that segment and check and see what was there. So let's go back and listen to it again. Fat Walp says WMSA in New York State, they're both 1340 and 101.5. You mean 1430, perhaps? Let's see. I'm going to turn up my headphones a little bit here. Okay, I'm a little far there. All right, here we go. Listen real closely, guys. Here comes that 101.5 ID. See if we can grab what else they said here.
The aggregate database of your mainframe is the problem here. And your modules, source code.
Anything? 101.5 what? Okay, I'm going to keep playing with my filters here. See if I can get this up. We'll go back to A. All right, anything on that one, guys? 101.5, I'm losing it there at the second, the last. I got nothing on it. See, I wish they were as loud right as they were right now at that 101.5 part. I just got nothing. All right, let's go back live. To be MSA, if they are a 1430. New York would make sense. Les says they're running tones now. I'm not seeing anything on the ELAD. I'll show you the screen. That's the thing I could have done. I could have swapped to upper sideband. See if that 101.5 was clear on upper sideband and on lower. As often as I preach on that, you'd think I would have remembered. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on the ELAD here. The Asian pop's actually kind of decent. Actually isn't too bad, yeah. I'm going to assume that that's HKT. Now, I know earlier they were in Polish, I think. Is what I was hearing. Is that confirmed CHKT? Yeah, oh yeah, that's them. Yeah. That's definitely them. Woo! I don't think I've got CHKT yet. Nope. That's a new one. All right. You like when we do that. Number 572, Charleston. Is that them, Les? Is that them? I heard one giant sweep. Yep, that's what I heard. That's exactly what I heard. Here's another one. Hear it? Now let's go back down. And now I'm hearing it on the live stream. Yep, that's them. All right. They're doing it again. I'm not seeing it on the ELAD display. Let's go over here and see if we hear it on the ELAD with the W6LV pin loop. Go back to the Jaguar. So we've now heard 3 of those, right? I want to hear it one more time before I put this in the log. If I can. Les Rayburn hearing the tones in Birmingham, Alabama pretty easily. I'm trying to live stream. They might maybe be in there. That's definitely not Dear Mr. Fantasy by Traffic, though. Look at that. pretty sure I hear that song in there somewhere. Silent again. They're running about 10 to 15 seconds behind on the stream to their on air. This is what they're running on their stream right now. Oops. So Pat D says he heard the sweep tones on the SDR about 6 minutes ago in St. Paul, Minnesota. The online stream carried them too. Heard the same thing here. They're back to playing music, now. And it's random music. It sounds like a 1K tone. I don't think it was a 1K tone. I think it was just somebody's music. Somebody's music. Yeah, song right now has a flute in it. Here, I'll play it for you here on the stream. That's it there. I'm not hearing the flute on the stream, or on there. We've got a sports talk station filling in now. We have the Asian pop in there as well. Now they're playing some orchestral Somebody needs to tell them that was tested doesn't work that well. Nice. Les says a DXer, let me mute this again. DXer just posted a MP4 video clip of their reception in the Twin Cities in the CQuam Facebook group. So we'll see if we can go check that out. They're definitely playing off-script music from what they normally would play. All these specials and more right here at DX Central. We're going to have some fun, guys. Yes. Vitesse, that is the target station on 1430. Let's see if I can change my microphone pattern here. You should be able to hear it pretty good. That is WION's current on-air signal.
Text us anytime at the number you've known for over 16 years. Your texts go right to our studio when you send your message to 616-527 WION.
Off air right now on the stream. See if we can get some more of those sweeps. That'd be nice right about now to add in some more sweeps. Fuji's version too. Definitely not what ION's streaming. Man, this album was huge, right? 93. The Score. I had it on cassette tape, wore it out. Yeah, that's not them. It looks like they might be back on regular format now. I think they've abandoned their testing, I would say, because they're back on Tiffany, I Think We're Alone Now, which was part of their normal programming earlier. I think this might be our 101.5 station, Vitesse. That was IDing earlier with a 101.5, and I never was able to track down who it was. We've got 8 minutes until top of the hour here, so let's see what we get. And I can guarantee you YouTube is going to flag like this entire live stream for copyright stuff. It's coming. This one here, see, this is what's kind of messing with me and why I was wondering. We had someone saying they were up in around West Virginia area. This station right here, WKEX in Blacksburg, Virginia, is listed here on the Jaguar Turtle information, which is kind of fed by medium wave list, and other sources, I think. Well, it's 101.3, but they're showing classic rock, and I'm gonna undo that one. Pointer, tagger, black. They're showing as classic rock now. Online, when I looked them up, they were. That was an option for none. Oh, I guess I don't. Oh man. I did, didn't I? By showing the cat box, I did. Anyway, they are showing online as being ESPN radio, so I don't know what's going on there. There's an independent music. What's this one?
coastalchurch.com.
My name is Dave. I know myself, and I know my this morning's more shot.
Tracking down some options here.
My name is Dave, and I know myself.
And I'm not 100% sold on that 101.5. It could be 9, it could be 3.
Take a moment to make and give your
Called to see if she'd like to go.
Whatever that was, I didn't get it. That's even worse. Come on, I hope one of you guys have got some good ears on this. I got nothing on it, guys. That was tough. I didn't hear the Morse code on that one. Nothing, guys. I don't even know where to begin on that one. Hey, Les, was that Morse code after the top of the hour, at it, or before it? When was that Morse code? I didn't catch it live. There was somebody. Is that Vitesse? Was that who that was at the top of the hour there? Was that CHKT? I just... I'll go back one more time here, Vitesse, and take a look. Wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. Did I hear what I think? Hold on. I got it paused right now because I think I remember seeing a name on the list here that I think I just heard someone say. Maybe not. My ears might be playing tricks on me. Yeah, I think it's playing tricks on me. So those chimes, they're at the top of the hour, since you're there kind of closer to Ontario, those chimes and the ID that was underneath that, in between two sets of chimes, actually, that's CHKT. See, there was somebody right there. I thought I heard the word outlaw. I don't think it is outlaw, but there's something in there that's IDing right around this time frame. See if you guys can pick it. There's a 1430 right there. Okay, or you want it in a second. You're going to hear the 1430 first. You hear it? It sounds like it sings outlaw. So I'm going to consult the handy dandy NRC log and see if anyone here has ever used that phrase outlaw, or if it was known at one point here to be somebody saying outlaw. Do, 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 do. Watch it be somebody here in North Carolina or South Carolina. That's how this usually goes for me. I get super excited. I'm like, all right, I got somebody new. And then I look at it and it's like, North Carolina. I thought I'd seen... Outlaw 1430 AM. Outlaw Country. That's a Sirius XM. There's the buzz. Let's go back one more time here. You're going to hear the 1430, and then right after it, I swear he says outlaw. And that's where I hear the 101.5. I hear a 0.5, and I swear it's 101. I heard a 0.5, so I have 1430, and then the outlaw, and then the 0.5. Who the hell is this? Somebody has got to have a beat on them. Let's go back live. Les is hearing Get Back Honky Cat. I got it. I don't have that. I got a spell on you. Sid Barrett's hearing it. See, I'm not crazy. Sid heard it. Heard the outlaw.
Into the field of 20. Why the defection?
No, I mean, I think that's a fair question. But I think every ownership group, every trainer has their pieces in what's taking place. And, sometimes maybe the horse, maybe the breeding suggests the horse can't go a mile and a quarter.
So WION for me is number 5 on this frequency.
On the first Saturday in May
in Charleston.
And have a chance to win the Kentucky Derby. But you know what? I mean, look at that. You'd have to have every individual that is, decided to pass and maybe wait.
All right, I think it's safe to say the DX test portion of the evening is over, but that doesn't mean we're stopping. We're going to keep on doing some more live AM DX right here on DXC Live. And don't forget, you can also find us on Twitter so you'll know when we're going to be doing our live sessions. Just go to twitter.com/DX Central and follow us if you're not already doing so. And don't forget as well to, here it is. I love my little videos. Oh man! Speaking of, hopefully you guys saw the little video that we put together. That I put together. I think it was Thursday for Mom's Gail Van Horn's new global radio guide up at teakpublishing.com. You can pick up a copy. They this edition they did a special feature on the return of the Russian woodpecker to HF radio. So we have that in there, which kind of led me to the little promo video that we did. And then also we have, let's see what else is in there. There's a look back to the role of radio in the Falkland Islands War. There's a circumnavigating the globe on shortwave radio from, I forget his name off the top of my head. Waterer. Ken Reeds has an article. They updated the SDR buyer's guide, so definitely go check it out. My brain's a little fried right now, but $8.99 on Amazon. Go to teakpublishing.com. It's right on the front page. Click the link, go to it, buy it. You're not going to regret it. Over 800 pages, and that's like a deal and a half. It's like a penny a page. So you're getting a heck of a deal. It is Kindle only or e-reader only, so no hard copies at this point. But print, but you can definitely use it on your computer. You can use it on your e-reader, your phone, your iPad, whatever you've got. Make sure you go pick up a copy of Global Radio Guide Summer 2021. Let's go back to the Jaguar here and some more live AMDX, and let's see what we got. We're gonna hang out here on 1430 for a few more moments.
Carry the last quarter of a mile. I just thought that was really interesting that once you got to the mile marker, you had to be first, second, and third.
Thanks, Vitesse. Appreciate you being there, my friend. Stick around for more of these. We'll be doing more of these sessions. So stay tuned. Be sure to follow us on Twitter. Subscribe here to the channel so you can be notified when more of these are coming. Anybody have any requests for where we go? Do we want to hang out on 1430? Do you want us to try out a new frequency? Where would you like for us to check out? Leave a comment over in the YouTube chat section. Let us know where you want us to check. And be sure to DX right alongside with us and let us know what you're hearing too. The storms have cleared. They're all off the coast now, so we should be unfettered and uninterrupted from this point on. Thank goodness.
get that ability to see how the track is playing and change my mind on the NBC broadcast. But right now, I was thinking known agenda. Like, I mean, I'm not in on special bars.
It's crazy. A 22 by 64 and a 22 by 70. 6 feet in length and difference on these two Kazas. This is this north-south wire currently in the north configuration. This is the northeast-southwest that's 22 by 64 in the southwest configuration. Hear that drop in audio? Back up to the south or north. Back down to the southwest. Crazy. There would be that much of a difference. So they both have 23 dB of gain on their Wellbrook FLG 100 LNs, just a 6 foot length difference. Thanks, Les. We appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you being here as always, and for giving us a heads up on this one. This has been a fun one. Now we got quite a few folks here signed in right now, live streaming with us. So make sure you get your radio out, do some DX alongside of us. Tell us what you're hearing if you're on 1430, if you're tuning around. You want to see if we're hearing the same thing you are. We're on the east coast of South Carolina, right here on the coast, actually, about 10 miles from the beach as the crow flies. So if you want to see if we're hearing the same thing you are, if you're kind of on the East Coast or Midwest or whatever, or if you're on the West Coast and you're like, hey, I just want to see what it sounds like on this frequency on the East Coast, give us a heads up. Tell us in the chat. We'll tune to whatever frequency on the AM band you want us to tune to. Nothing going on FM tonight. I checked earlier. Dead quiet, normal dead band. So we're doing AM tonight. But we may a little bit later on talk a bit about our FM antenna that we're building, maybe. I would go scouring for Latins. Let me see what do our A and K indexes look like right now. A of 10, K of 5. So we got one. We know for sure. That was WXNT in Indianapolis, which is our normal dominant station here of nighttime in Charleston on this frequency. It's normally WXNT. So that's good that we're hearing, kind of normal conditions here. At CBS Sports Radio 1430.com. Just went to it. Boop, that's who it is. So that's one we can definitely confirm that we definitely have heard here. Let's do a little tune around here and see what else we can find here on the band. Now, here's the crazy thing about this. Again, I have the amplifier, the FLG 100LN, in the northern end of this north-south antenna. The resistor is on the back end, the termination's on the back end, on the south side. This was flipped earlier today. I just tonight flipped it for this DX test we were doing. Normally, when I come at 10:30, when I have the termination on the north end and the amp on the south side, I can't hear WBZ at all. You hear how loud they are here. Uh-oh.
Chanting together, I said,
DX Tip is reporting 1100 kilohertz, daytimer from Vermont, on the air, nice signal. Let's go here and find that.
They raised their arms and up into the air went this huge, massive
And let's cue up the...
person. That's me. I've forgotten his name. I'm sorry. But I will never forget the astonished look on his face. I have a memory of that.
All right, we're going to phase out to be TAM here.
As he was floating in the air, a severe touch of the female student. And he stayed up there for several seconds, and then gently, you would think he would come down. He came down. He comes crashing down. This is a purely natural phenomenon, but rather he just floated right
Religious
down.
station, 5K religious station is what we're looking for.
Confrontation with the levitation. You don't raise a into the air by just touching his elbows.
Shows now it's country. TWN.
And that launched me into my research on the phenomenon of levitation. And I discovered, of course, that the phenomenon is real. Gravitation stopped operating, and he was just hovering over in space long enough that he could grab onto
The stream, online stream for this station, for the same station to be TWN in Wells River, Vermont. I know this list shows country. Everything else is showing Moody Radio religious.
Like that every now and then, in a critical situation,
Let's see if we can phase out TAN.
escape the constraints of gravity. I mean, I wouldn't rely on this until I jumping off the nearest roof. But I'm saying,
I agree.
And in rare circumstances, it does happen from time to time. And it's quite a challenge to science. I do know some physicists who are convinced of the reality of these levitation and have even speculated on some of the possible physical explanations, but nothing. I mean, they all admit that it's quite a mystery.
Absolutely. We're talking with Michael Grosso. Those of you that have just joined us, you're listening to Coast AM, and we're discussing
WTAM, got them phased out. Let's see who this station is playing Tracy Chapman.
always the that we would do and then say some sort of scenario, and we would say something right before we lifted them up. And it would happen. We could.
Oh, that's static. Seems like it's getting worse.
Because he knew this body was going up, and it was without any
It's hard to phase with this lightning crash.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how. Recycles without a word. Brought to you by Culinary Food and Makers. Everything you need to know. News at the top. This is News Radio WTAM 11. Officer involved shooting at Los Angeles. Police killing a man in Hollywood Saturday afternoon along Sunset Boulevard.
Okay, we've got him as phased as I can get him for right now. So just as a recap, what we're chasing here is there's a DX tip of a station in Vermont on 1100 is on air right now, and they're a daytime only station. Wish I had the northeast configuration on this other CAS. Why is the lighting getting so much worse? Oh, that's why. So all night long, the worst of these storms has been kind of southwest of us in Georgia. Down in southwest Georgia, and then it kind of went across the state, went across Florida. I think there were reports of some tornadoes down there and stuff. Now all of that is over open ocean right now, and the lightning has just exploded in the last few minutes directly due to my south, where this stuff is. Let me, there you go. Let me actually put up on the full cam here so you can see. Hey, come on, guy. Okay, it went. There you go. Yeah, focus on this thing's not really doing it good, but you see all that? You see all the little lightning bolt looking symbols and stuff in there? Yeah, that's what's going on right now. It's pretty noisy to my south. And it sounds like this. That's blown up now. We have a Latin station in here. This is what I'm dealing with. I'm right here. This is why it's so noisy right now. You know, I bet if I went out to my other side of the house over here that's facing to the south towards the ocean, I would have a light show to beat all light shows right now. Even on the North Wire here. Now, as a reminder,
For more info,
this is
go
the
to our
North
website,
Wire.
coasttocoastam.com.
Southwest Wire, North Wire, phased. I got rid of TAM, phased him out. My guess would be one of these Colombians, Caracol, BBN Radio, La FM. One of these three probably is my guess. That's who that Latin might be. God, it is just rough right now. You know what, guys? I think this is going to be kind of a difficult one. With all this static. All right, so let's recap real quick. We heard early in the evening before we had to stop because of the storm that was passing over us up on my head. We heard WKYG, Covington, Georgia, the King. We heard CHKT. Oh, excuse me, with their Asian pop out of Toronto, Ontario. Got that. Paralleled that to their stream. We heard WION, our DX test we were chasing after, in Ionia. We heard them. We heard 3 sets of tone sweeps. The only ones that I heard all night. They were right around 12:30-ish, between 12:30 and 12:40. I'll have to go back and relook at the recording that I made here. But yeah, between 12:30 and 12:40, that's all we had. So, you know, that worked. We got him. We got him in the log. It's a new station. Happy to hear him here in Charleston. You know, anytime I can add a new station. Michigan, I don't have a lot from Michigan here, so I'm glad to be able to add them. Then we also, what else did we get here? We heard WXNT in Indianapolis. We were chasing after a 101.5 that proved to be fruitless for us. The Outlaw We heard a couple of different things. I'll go back and reanalyze those recordings that I made here in Jaguar and see if I can pull anything out. Play with the EQ and stuff like that. But no, it was a fun night. You know, we had to get past the storms. We got past those, got everything plugged back up. You guys stuck with me, so thank you for that. And now the lightning has reached a point where it is just almost impossible to hear anything in between the crashes. You'll hear something every once in a while, but there's a crash right on top of each other. So at this point, I think it's probably in our best interest to probably call it a night for the night. We have to be TAM. We're on 1100 right now because we were chasing after a station that was tipped to be in Vermont. This is a daytime only station that was on with a decent signal being heard on the East Coast, so we spun over. Nothing but WTAM, and it was station weak underneath them, so we phased out WTAM. We had a station playing Tracy Chapman for a few minutes, and then they disappeared, and then they were overtaken by Latin. There was actually 2 Latin stations here on the what's left after the phase, and my guess is probably at least one of them is Columbia. But you can't really hear anything through that static, so we're going to call it at this point, and in tonight's live stream, but don't fear, more of these are coming. Live stream probably tomorrow night is my guess, because tomorrow night we're supposed to be getting the impacts from I think it's a CME or a C-class flare or something heading this way from the sun, which should be giving us some possibility of auroral conditions. So I'll go back out tomorrow, swap the antenna back to the southern configuration over here, and we'll be looking for Latins tomorrow night. So pretty good chance I'll be doing a live stream. Be sure to find out if we will. Be sure to go and follow us over on Twitter, twitter.com/DX Central. That way you can be notified if we do a live stream tomorrow night looking for Latins. I'm thinking we probably will. It's a pretty good chance. So just go to twitter.com/DX Central. Make sure you're following us there, so you'll be notified if we do. I'll post it there first. I also do post updates in the AMDX Facebook groups. Those are Medium Wave DX, the National Radio Clubs group. I Love AM Radio, and another one called AMDXing. Those are the 3 that I'm in. Then I post all of my updates for DX Central in those 3, and on Twitter first, but then into the Facebook group. So be sure, if you're on Facebook, go I'm so sorry. If you're on Facebook, go join those groups, and also make sure to go follow us on Twitter. Again, twitter.com/DX Central, and you'll be able to keep up. The easiest way to keep up with what we're doing is to subscribe to our YouTube channel here, because you'll receive notifications whenever we are going to be, going to go live, or we post a new video. You'll know on my YouTube channel I have videos like our DX 101 videos where we talk about building antennas and doing all kinds of fun stuff. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. Click on the bell icon so you can be notified when those new videos, new live streams, things like that are hitting. So yeah, that's about it. We got some cool stuff coming here on DXC Live. Can't talk about it just yet, but some really, really cool stuff in the works right now. So stay tuned. I'll let you know more about that here coming up. And some other cool stuff I'll be able to announce here pretty soon as well. I'm pretty excited. Some cool things happening right now for DX Central. It's a groovy time to be doing this, because we're having a lot of fun with it. That'll do it for tonight's live stream. Thank you all who joined in, whether you were here for 5 seconds or the whole time or whatever. We appreciate your support. Till next time, my friends. 73 Best of DX. Now let's go get some sleep.